Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious Podcast. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. And on today's third installment of the Ambitchious Podcast, the masterclass on how to win at business, I'm going to be fucking you up with some beautiful truth because a lot of you are dumb as a bag of dicks. And you think that business is just going to fall into your lap, eat your puss, and teabag your chin. And it ain't going to happen like that, honey, because you're the one that creates the wealth and abundance. You are in control of your life. And that's what being ambitious is all about. HBIC. Okay. It's called an acronym for all of you low IQ people out there. And the acronym stands for being in total control of herself. So for any of you business owners or entrepreneurs or women that are trying to start some kind of a side hustle, or you're going back into a career or the workforce, this is for you. Okay. And I'm going to drop some beautiful truth on you today. And I'm going to say a lot of shit that's going to offend the fuck out of you. But I want you to understand something. If I'm offending you, it's because I'm triggering you because you know I'm fucking telling the truth. I would never, ever, ever in a million years, and I've been a coach for over 25 years, I would never, ever, ever blow smoke up your skirt because we are living in a world right now where everyone is telling you that you are so fucking great. And you are so good at what you do. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you suck a bag of dicks. You're not good at what you do. You think you are because you're living in fucking la la land because everyone around you is a bunch of fucking sycophants and yes people because they're obviously getting something from you. Okay? And for all of you watching on YouTube, this is the shirt of the day. Girls will be girls. And this is the fucking vibe that we're going into. Okay. So the first 2 episodes were pretty gnarly. And today I'm going to get into some even more deep shit. And it's going to be a little bit wild, but I want you to put your rubber underwear on. And I want you to understand that it's coming from love. I know that you guys think I'm a see you next Tuesday, which I am, and I'm very proud to say it. But in business, especially if you're a female, especially if you're an entrepreneur, and if you're in a more male-dominated business like I am, it's even more difficult sometimes to kind of break through and to really forge your path in the right way that feels great and joyful and abundant and wealthy and all the things to you. So this is going to be some real raw truth. And again, I want you to remind yourself as we go into this podcast today that this is a masterclass. I could fucking charge so much money for what I'm telling you today. So I always say to my clients that I coach in business, people don't pay attention to what they don't pay for. The reason I come here every week and I do this podcast is because it actually helps me a lot just to move energy because I get so fucking frustrated with the amount of ding-a-lings that I'm surrounded by and that try to insert themselves into my life thinking, oh, I'm going to use Katie for all of her connections, or she's going to give me some fucking magic pill that's going to miraculously make me not bad at what I do. And that's not true. I can give you the tools, but I'm not a fucking puppeteer, Pinocchio, and I'm not going to be the one that has the marionette strings on your arms, forcing you to use the proper tools for the proper thing that you're doing. Okay. You have to put on your thinking cap. Okay. And you have to be the one that's like, shit, I'm going to take what Katie says because obviously she's living a life that I desire. Maybe not the same life, but I know that a lot of people look at me and they're like, wow, she does whatever the fuck she wants, whenever she wants. It wasn't always like that. I had to work my fucking labia to a nub to get to where I am today. But I'm giving you literally the Cliff's Notes to be great. And if you listen to this and you're still terrible at what you do, I'm just going to say this to you. Shut your fucking business down. Okay. Stop oversaturating every motherfucking market with all your crapola and go get a 9 to 5. Go work at Dunkin' Donuts. Okay. And this is nothing against people at Dunkin' Donuts, but you're not fucking setting the world on fire, making fucking, extra extras that make people shit their pants because it has so much motherfucking mold in it. You're not curing children's brain cancer. Okay. So quit your fucking entrepreneurial venture. Go get a job, because the world does need people to dig ditches. Not everyone was placed here to be great. Okay. I know that a lot of people are going to fight me on that, but it's the motherfucking truth. Okay. There's a seat for every ass, like my grandmother always said. So you see things on Instagram, you think things are sexy, you think you can be like the rest of us, and you don't have the fucking chops. Okay. And anyone who's telling you that you do, they're motherfucking liars, and they're probably laughing behind your back. Okay. So the people that you go, oh, my bestie, she like so supportive of me. No, she's actually talking shit about you behind your back. She's actually like, oh, poor girl. I just say nice things to her because, I don't want to be a bitch. But guess what? I'm going to be the bitch. I'm going to be the roughest, toughest, see you next Tuesday, madam of the brothel that you fucking need, because you're surrounded by people who lie to your face. Okay. So do you have your rubber underwear on? Because I hope you do, because it's going to be a fucking bumpy ride. Okay. The first thing that we're going to talk about in this episode is cultivating a growth mindset and a supportive network. Okay. I cannot tell you, in my 25 years as a coach, whether it was in the wellness industry, fitness, being the number one coach in the world, training all the women for Miss Universe, Miss USA, Miss America, having my own reality television show on E, Bravo, and Style networks under NBC Universal, traveling the world speaking as one of the most sought after motivational speakers in the game, being a best-selling author, okay, having a top-rated podcast, having one of the most incredible wellness centers in the world, having an app that makes millions of dollars a year, and I don't have to kill myself to make that money. It's actually the easiest money that I make, and it's some of the most joyful work that I do. I cannot tell you, in the 25 years that I've been this person, how many people just speak lack and negativity, and they say things that they don't even realize is creating more poo-poo caca in their lives. Okay. The whole thing about ambitious is, if you're having an ambitious life and you're the HBIC of your life, okay, that means you have to take radical responsibility for where you are. Most of the time, the reason why people are not where they think that they should be, or some of you should be further along because you're very talented and God gave you these incredible gifts that you're literally pissing away because you're fucking dumb. Okay. And you're lazy and you think that you're better than what you are. Okay. You're not really doing the most. A lot of the times it's because of the thoughts that we think. And a lot of the thoughts that we think, if not all the thoughts that we think, come from our programming from childhood. One of the most famous Stoics said, show me the man and show me the boy and I'll show you the man. So the first 1 to 7 years of your life, and this is the same thing with women because we both have the same groove patterns in our brain. We both have the same reticular activating system and the prefrontal cortex and all these different things that make you not a stupid fuck. Okay. Some of you have these things and you're still dumb, which is, astronomically crazy to me, but I digress. It's a different story for a different day. We're going to have to do a DBS podcast coming up, a dumb bitch syndrome. A lot of you guys have it and you need some meds like stat, but it's all about the thoughts that you think. So when I was a little girl, I grew up in a place where people around me would say, oh, if someone's wealthy, they must have had to fuck someone over, or they must have had to steal from someone, or they're snake oil salesmen, or they're charlatans, or, only rich people get that way because of bad things, fill in the blank. And even when I was a kid and I would hear these things, there was just something inside of me. I don't know if it was intrinsic. I don't know if it was ancestral. I don't know if it was in my DNA. I don't know where it came from. It could come from God, the universe. Who knows, right? It could be all of the above. I always knew as a child, like There was just so much more to life than what I was experiencing and what the people around me were experiencing. I grew up in a world where it's like, you have to work really hard for money, right? Money doesn't grow on trees. Who do you think we are? We're not the Rockefellers. Close the door. What do you think? You live in a barn. Don't let the heat escape because we're po. And I watched the people around me who are such loving, kind people struggle and not have money. I think that I make more money in a week than my grandmother did probably in a year of her life. And she worked her fucking balls off. I mean, that woman was up 4 a.m, maybe even earlier, worked like 3, 4 jobs to make ends meet. And we never knew that we didn't have a lot because she always, had food on the table and all those things. And now I look and I say, oh my God, if my grandmother could only see me today, she would be so proud of me because I love what I do. I wake up every day and I cannot wait to get out of bed. And I cannot wait to service and give value to my incredible clients from all over the globe and watch them transform. That's just, to me, there's nothing more rewarding in the world. And I see people around me when I was growing up and they just worked and slaved and shucked and jived and lived paycheck to paycheck. And there was never enough. And I'm here to tell you that even if that is your reality right now, it doesn't have to be. You have to work on your mindset. The finale of the podcast season is going to be one of my favorite and most incredible transformative clients. Her name is Tosh Bennett, and she's a skin therapist from Australia. And I met her a couple years ago at Candice Marino's Radiant AF retreat in Costa Rica. And when I first met her, and you'll hear it on the podcast, I just was like, this girl has her shit together. She is next level. When I first started working with her, I had all these ideas like, okay, we're going to scale her business. We're going to do all these things. We're going to get her an app. We're going to make courses. We're going to create recurring revenue. We're going to do memberships. We're going to do all these things, all the things that I specialize in. And the first probably 7 months of our coaching was just mindset work. And you'll hear on the podcast, it's a kind of a funny story. I'm going to let her tell it in a couple more episodes. But I think of that mindset in Tosh, and I knew she had it in her to be just next level and so great. And we did so much mindset work that she's a different person. And you will see that on the podcast. But on top of that, having a supportive network, because I'm going to tell you right now, if any of you motherfuckers out there who are on my Instagram, if you don't think that I don't see you, watching every fucking fart that comes out of my ass, every move that I make, and you're not liking my posts and you're not commenting, and I'm commenting on all your shit and I'm liking all your shit and I'm sharing all your fucking shit, and you're sitting back and you're saying, why doesn't anybody support me? It's because you don't fucking support anyone. Okay. You're asking for something that you're not fucking giving. And in the world, in the universe, there's universal laws. I didn't make the fucking rules. Okay. I'm just telling you what they are. And one of the universal laws is the law of reciprocity. That means whatever you give out, you get back, both good and bad. So if you desire support, give support to your female friends who are founders and CEOs and entrepreneurs and mommies. Okay. That are just fucking getting up and they're busting ass and they're trying their best every day. You may not get that support from the very person that you're giving it to, but the universe and God works in very mysterious ways, and you will get that support back. So whatever you desire in your life, especially if it's support from a network of like-minded individuals, you have to give it to people. So when you think about cultivating a growth mindset and having a supportive network, that means having a community of like-minded women. Find them. They're out there. It doesn't have to be on the Ambitchious app. It doesn't have to be at KBMC Wellness and Social Club. It doesn't even have to be with me. I don't give a fuck, frankly. You're probably a horrible person. You're probably not coachable. And I would fire you within a month or two after I realized that you were a bullshit artist and that you were showing me the false mask and the representative of who you thought that you had to show up to be so that you would bamboozle me into coaching you. Okay. Which I don't give a fuck. I fire people left and right. Last month, I got rid of $50,000 worth of clientele because they were just so low vibrational frequency and they were users and they were dumb and they didn't want to work. Right? Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you. You know what I'm saying? But regular coaching, whether it is in a community or it is on an app or a course, or you're hiring a one-on-one coach that does the thing that you desire to do is so important. I always tell women the biggest flex of your business jump to the next level is hiring a coach and putting in the money, even if you have to take a 0% interest credit card and pay that fucking coach to do this with you. And if they are the greatest coach that you can find, they are going to 10x the money and the joy and the desired feelings that you deeply need and want and desire in your life. Okay. So finding mastermind groups, finding communities, finding social clubs like what we're doing at KBMFC Wellness right now, really focusing on bringing like-minded people together. Okay. And getting support from your peers. And I'm talking about your peers, because I've noticed a lot lately, a lot of people who are so amazing and they have so much potential for greatness, they're hanging out with a bunch of fucking pigeons. And it's like, yo, you want to be a fucking peregrine falcon? You want to be a motherfucking eagle? You want to be like a bird of prey? They're not chilling down with the pigeons and the chickadees and the birds that can't go high. Okay. Have you ever seen like a bird of prey go so high up into the air? And it's so cold up there. There's hardly any oxygen, but they have adapted to living in these sparse places. But the thing is it's not lonely at the top. It's that people cannot hold the space and the energetic vibrational frequency to stay up there long term. There are days where I am sad. I mean, I woke up this morning, I had 2 cups of coffee. I went and I meditated and I cried the whole meditation. Not because I was sad or angry. It was just almost like I needed to just move energy. I was just like overwhelmed. I've been just doing so much between the glow up of KBMFC Wellness and the evolution into a social club. I have Tosh here right now from Australia, and she's doing a massive pop-up at my studio. So I'm also feeling super grateful. I'm surrounded by the most incredible clients and people that are just so supportive and loving and kind. But what you have to understand is not every day is going to be rainbows, unicorns, and fucking sunshine and juicy wet farts. It's just not going to happen. I wish that I could tell you that was true, but it's not going to happen. Okay. So you have to find women, especially, or people, mentors that are on your level that not only you can learn from and they can learn from you, because it has to be a symbiotic relationship. Again, it's that law of reciprocity. It's like, if you're giving from an empty cup, you're coming from a place of ego, and the universe knows that, and it's a low vibrational frequency signature, and you're going to get more of the same bullshit. But if you say to yourself, my deepest desire in life is to go to the next level and keep evolving and keep ascending and keep just scaling and growing. Okay. Because that's what life is really all about. That's literally why we're here, is just to learn lessons faster and quicker and get better and better and better and iterate and iterate and iterate until we get to the highest expression of what our soul intended us to be here to experience and to have and to just like be and embody. But you have to understand that if you're surrounding yourself with people who you are dragging their dead fucking zombie bodies through the streets because you're like, come on, we got to go together. It's like, not everyone is meant for you to do that to. And if you have to drag people along, and this is why I fire coaching clients all the time, I get to a point where I'm like, I'm not only fucking hating this, but I'm just dragging you. Like Jacob Marley in the Christmas Carol, you know who I'm talking about? Scrooge, right? He was the ghost of Christmas past, and he was like, don't do what I will do, like what I did or whatever. And he's just dragging these fucking chains and these just boxes and just all these weights that are just holding him down. It's the same idea energetically of being surrounded by women, especially because this is a female-based podcast, being surrounded by women who are just like not on your level. And I really do believe the more that you let go and release, the higher that you're going to rise. Okay. So it's not fun. It's really difficult sometimes. I have had to remove some of the most incredible, most loved long-term friendships of my life because I knew that where I was going, they couldn't come. And I also want to say this to you as a businesswoman. The people who got you to where you are now are not going to help you get to where you desire to be. Okay. And that's a really fucking hard pill to swallow. And that's a very abrasive truth. But I am not here like all the other stupid cunts in the world to blow smoke up your skirt and tell you that you're good when you're not. I'm here to literally tell you, wake the fuck up, smell the pussy, as Lil Wayne would say. Okay. And start really thinking about who in my life is here that is not showing up and supporting me. Listen, I have one friend from high school. Her name is Teresa Cleary. She was Teresa Sabina for years. Okay. I have one friend. Okay. Uno friend. And she always supports me. I always support her. We've had our ups and downs throughout our relationship over the, 30 years that we've known each other. But I started thinking, wow, I was very popular in high school. I was homecoming queen. I was vice president and president of my class. I ran the prom committee. I did theater. I did sports. I was very like a well-rounded person. I was funny. I did, chorus. I had just friends from every different walk of life and every place. And I realized that when I became very successful at a young age, and all of the people that were still living in Taunton, Massachusetts, that were just like, and this is no shade to anyone, like everyone has their own life contract. This is just not my life contract. This is what doesn't make my pussy wet, is, staying in the same house that I grew up with my whole life, marrying my high school sweetheart, not really having any excitement or fun or incredible life experiences, and just doing the same shit every day over and over again, going to the same restaurants, hanging out with the same people, talking about the same keg stands that we did in 11th grade. And sometimes it makes me sad because I'm like, I really liked a lot of my high school friends. But then I said to myself, Katie, you couldn't be friends with them. Like if you went back, excuse me, I'm using my throat chakra right now. But if I went back, and I have before, because I've had to with Teresa and a couple other people, if I went back to like my high school reunions, because I had to put them on, and you start to realize like, wow, so many of these people are just like, they're literally just like older, but they're just living the same life over and over again. If I was them, I wouldn't support me either. If I was them, I would hate me too. And I remember a friend of mine from high school, he came up to me, he goes, wow, Katie, you're like one of the most successful people that graduated with us, And I was like, oh, thank you so much. But then I looked at his face, and he said it in a way like, how dare you? Because I'm very intuitive, and I can read through people, and I'm very, very, because of my trauma from childhood, I can really feel trauma social cues, and I just knew that was the last time I was ever going to do anything like this. That was the last time I was ever going to put myself in a room of people who secretly hate me, who don't support me, who never bought my book, who never listened to my podcast. They probably do listen to my podcast because we get so many fucking downloads. They probably do, just because they hate me so much that this is like part of their fucking self-flagellance and torture. But I get it. Like when you grow up with someone and they're doing like all these incredible things, and you're still talking about the time that, you drank Mad Dog 2020 in a field and shit yourself and threw up and slept in a ditch. Like, yeah, I would hate me too when you see me jet setting around the world and making millions of dollars and traveling and doing all these things and living my best life and having great relationships and having people actually, pay me to coach them and help them. I would hate me too. So I'm saying this to you guys because sometimes the road to success, the road to having a winning business, is leaving all of the people behind who are very familiar and comfortable to you. And it was not easy for me. And I still think about a lot of my friends from high school and even college, and even when I was just, a young adult to this day. But they came into my life for a reason and a season, and they did what they had to do, and I did what I had to do with them. And then you just move on, and there's no hard feelings. It's just part of life's evolution. And I think that we take it way too personal. And I think that taking shit too personal is actually not only hurting us mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, but it's hurting our money, because boss ass motherfucking bitches don't take shit personal. I want to do a podcast just on the people who have fucked me over that are in a public arena. I had a girl, I'll just say this, that ran for Miss Connecticut USA. This was years ago when I used to train the pageant girls. And my contracts were not contingent on them winning a pageant or not, or them doing a pageant or not. They would hire me for a service. I gave them the service. The services are rendered, and then they pay me in accordance. And this girl ran for Miss Connecticut, and she's actually with one of the most famous football players in the world, a Patriots player. He's now retired. I'm not going to say his name, but she did not win Miss Connecticut. And she came to me, she's like, I don't want to pay you anymore because I don't want to coach anymore because I didn't win Miss Connecticut. And I was like, yeah, but you have like 2 months left in your contract, like I can train you in a different way. And her father called me and screamed at me and called me a cunt, and she besmirched my name. And I have still her small claims court contract, and I just don't have time to go to small claims court. If people are scumbags and they're not going to pay you, they're not going to fucking pay you. That's another thing in business. That should be a whole other podcast, right? People waste their time chasing money with broke ass hoes instead of just saying, fuck you, broke ass hoe. You're a fucking scumbag. And I'm just going to go find 10 more clients that are 10 times better than you. Right now, I watched this girl talk about, her wealth and abundance and how I'm like, bitch, you don't even fucking pay your bills. Okay. Maybe I will say her name on another podcast, because what is she going to do? She's going to say I'm fucking lying and I'm besmirching her and this is a character attack. It's not. Have the contract, babe, with your John Hancock on it. But these are things that we as business owners go through every fucking day. And when you are a business owner and you don't have regular coaching and mastermind groups and peer support, and you're not learning and evolving and growing, and you don't have anyone to hold you accountable, and you don't have resilience, and you don't have someone like me who's saying, babe, this is just normal shit that happens in business. Stop taking this fucking personal. Don't worry about this skank not fucking paying you. Go find 10 other people who aren't skanks to actually pay you and who honor a fucking contract, and know that karma is a real bitch and she will get you sooner or later. And, she has gotten this girl a couple times, and I love watching it because I am petty fuck. But this is what we have to do. We have to celebrate our progress, not our perfection. It is about collaboration over competition. And if you are a woman and you desire to win a business, this is what you have to do. Okay. Let me move on. The next thing you have to do is you have to design your business for joy, longevity, and your core desired feelings. In the app, the Ambitchious app, I talk so much about this. I think it's one of the most important things. Candace Brino, who's a very close friend of mine, and she was a client of mine for years, she said one of the biggest things that helped her, other than all the other things that we did together to scale her business, is the core desired feeling work. And if you don't know how you desire to feel every fucking day of your life, you are going to let the masses and the zombies and the NPCs, the non-playable characters all around you, dictate your next move. So what do I mean by that? This is about, number one, and I've done podcasts about this. I teach it on my app. I do this work intensively with all of my mentorship clients before we really start getting into the scaling of the business. Because when we are living in a world right now where we look on Instagram and we're like, oh, I wish I was on a jet with like that, or I wish I was doing this. It's like, babe, I'm going to tell you something right now. 99.9% of the shit you see on fucking Instagram is fucking fake. People rent cars to pretend that they're in Lamborghinis. They fucking go to special places where there's Lear jets and walk off a jet like they're fucking flying private. Honey, they can even fly on Spirit Airline after the motherfucking thing went out of business, okay? Because they're such broke ass motherfucking hoes. Do not believe everything your eyes see, especially in a social media arena, because we are looking at fake, faux bullshit, number one. And people are creating narratives that are lies. And then people out there, and I coach so many women that are like, how come she's doing this? I'm better than her. I do that. I'm like, it's optics, babe. You think that she's doing better. You think that you have to present this way, but you don't. The first thing you have to do is you have to say to yourself, if I'm going to work like this for the next 40, 50, 60, whatever, how many fucking years, okay? How do I want to feel every day when I wake up? And for me, and I will just show you, okay? I have my little papers these are my goal papers. And my core desired feelings right now are this. Number one is to feel sovereign. So meaning I am the final boss of my life. I am always going to make the final decision. 2 is to feel freedom, so free. 3 is worthy. 4 is intentional. And 5 is creative. Those are my core desired feelings right now. Now, these core desired feelings all the time change. Like they change sometimes monthly. Last month, my core desired feeling was to feel ruthless because I'm so sick of everyone's bullshit. I'm so sick of everyone acting the fucking fool. And I'm also sick of people thinking that they can get away with shit because, bitch, I am not the fucking one. Okay. When you hire me as a coach, just know that I'm going to fuck you in the ass with no lube. I'm not even going to spit on my fucking hand. Okay. But I pinky swear promise you from the bottom of my little black heart that you will always scale and feel so supportive and loved. And you will 10x your business if you use the tools that I give you. Okay. But on top of all that, with the core desired feelings, when okay, I desire to wake up every day and feel like Tosh was talking about on the podcast that we did a couple of days ago. Her core desired feeling after I met her in Costa Rica at the Radiant AF retreat with Candice Marino was to feel fearless. And I'm not going to get into why that is because I want you to listen to that podcast because it's fucking stellar. But hers was to feel fearless. So when she feels the feeling of fear in her personal life, her private life, her business life, she knows that the thing that makes you feel afraid is the thing that you should be running towards, right? So number one is to think about your core desired feelings. And then you say to yourself, if I could work every day of my life and make it feel like play, what would it be? So for me, that's why I'm doing this massive project. It's a multi-six-figure project at KBMFC Wellness and Social Club in Hudson, New Hampshire, is because I said to myself, okay, I have so much money. I am so affluent and abundant, and I don't even have to work anymore. So I can create a space that makes me feel like every day when I go to work, and I'm using my quotation fingers, work, it feels like I'm hanging out with my friends in Punky Brewster's treehouse, that I'm living my best Lisa Frank unhinged and elder millennial Gen X life. Okay. My perimenopause is perimenopausing. So I am just an unhinged psychopath. And I don't care if one motherfucking person joins that studio because I don't need to sign people up for memberships to make money. Because I have so much affluence and so much abundance from other projects that I am doing and have done in the past, that this is just a creative, joyful project for me. And that's why it's going to make so much money. And that's why it's going to work, because it's going to help people feel something that they've never felt before. And I want to just do a little sidebar right now. If you have a business and you really want to win, the number one thing to do is to make people feel something that they have never felt before in their lives. And not only will they be your best client, but they will be a client of longevity. I have coached clients, I have clients that I've coached the same fucking clients who have never missed a payment, who have never put their membership on pause or cancel in 15 fucking years, because I'm that fucking good at what I do. And you can ask anyone. Okay. So creating your business for joy and also creating your business for longevity. A lot of you motherfuckers are thinking about the cash grabs. You're thinking about the get rich quick themes. Okay. And not themes, schemes. Excuse me. That was a whole other story. I'm like, themes. No, it's a fucking scheme. The get rich quick schemes. Okay. You want instant fucking gratification because you're a spoiled, coddled cunt. Okay. And nothing that is worth having and that is amazing and life-changing, and not only life-changing to yourself, but life-changing to your clients, and changes the fucking trajectory of the industry that you're in. It is all about the fucking long game. You stupid motherfuckers. Stop following the trends on Instagram. Stop doing what everyone else is fucking doing. You look like a fucking clown. It's fucking clown town. And not only is it clown town, but you're going to fucking pound town because you're getting fucked left and right, because you're not showing up as your true authentic self. Okay. Do you think it's like funsies for me to come on here and swear and yell at everybody? It actually is, by the way, but it's a lot of work. I have to use my brain a lot. Okay. And it's exhausting. Like, I've been up since 4 a.m. It's 7:51. In 20 minutes, I have to go drive Tosh to my fucking studio where I have to support her all day and work and do stuff for my renovation and deal with all my contractors while she's doing facials from 8 a.m. till 7 o'clock at night nonstop. Okay. So don't fucking tell me that you're a fucking hard worker, because you can't hold a fucking candle to me. And on top of it, I've been doing this for over 25 fucking years, when you haven't even been doing it for a period fucking cycle. Like, you've had menstrual cycles that are fucking longer than the amount of time that you've been doing the thing that you say is your signature thing. And it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. And you're not creating a business for the long game. You're creating a right now business. You're not creating a future thing. an evolutionary thing, a scaling thing, okay, an ascension thing. So how do we do this? We're going to schedule deep rest. So pushing and doing the damn thing is just as important as rest. And I think a lot of times rest is more important. Rest doesn't mean playing with your pussy and watching Real Housewives, even though that is so fun. But rest could be like, okay, I don't work on Sundays, or I start my mornings with meditation and I start watering the garden, right? Or I take, a mini vacation, like a 4-day trip every like couple months. And then I take two huge, like maybe 2 or 3 week big vacations a year. And then I give myself downtime, because if you just go and go and go and go and go and you wind yourself, you're going to fucking snap. And I've had burnout before, and I've had adrenal fatigue, and I fucking snapped, and I've almost been like, this close to entering a fucking nitwit house and having a grippy sock vacation and using my sports bra as a fucking straitjacket in a padded room more than once. But as I get older, I learn from that. I know, like, oh, Katie, you're right on the verge of like doing too much. Back up, give yourself the weekend off, say no to more clients. I mean, yesterday I had 7 people reach out to me to do mentorship, and they weren't good fits. And I only want to work with people that are good fits, because I don't have fucking time to do it in the first place. So if I'm going to do it, it needs to selfishly also make me wet. Okay. It's not just about the person I'm coaching. It also should be fun for me and exciting. So scheduling rest, scheduling creative work, whatever that means to you. It could be a hobby. It could be painting, horseback riding, gardening, interior design, cooking, whatever. Scheduling regular activities that replenish you. So like tomorrow, Tasha and I took the day off from work, and we're going to go into Salem, Massachusetts, because she likes all the woo-woo witchy shit like us. And we're just going to go fuck around. We're going to go to the crystal shops. We're going to like see the witch house and the House of Seven Gables, and where everyone is fucking hung. And I don't know, is that dark? Whatever. I'm emo anyway. I'm like one step away from fucking Morticia Adams, but I digress. And we're going to just have fun and have lunch and maybe get a matcha or whatever, and just walk around and shoot the shit and bond. And to me, that's so important. And then Sunday, we'll be back at it. We have a full day booked at KBMC Wellness and Social Club with esthetician work and facials and all these different things. So you have to take the time to replenish yourself, because I'm going to tell you right now, no one's going to give it to you. No one's going to give it to you. And on top of that, this is so important, and I do this all the time, regularly auditing your business to remove tasks that drain your precious life force energy, and adding tasks in, or actually, things to do during the day, things to accomplish that spark joy, right? And like yesterday, I had a really long day, but I did some little decoration in my studio, and then I came home and cooked a beautiful meal, and I sat with I sat with Tosh, who's my soul sister and my business coaching client, and my stepdaughter Karina and Matt, and we talked about business and life, and it was just beautiful. And that made me just feel just so good about myself. And another thing that makes me feel really good about myself is working with Dr. Sazia Narin of Numi Aesthetics, who is our official podcast sponsor. And as you guys know, we've been working together on the Meno Reno, which, if you've seen me recently, I look pretty fucking good. If I do say so myself, for a 45-year-old broad who's been through the fucking mill, let me tell you. But Dr. Sazia is just so knowledgeable. She understands women, from hormone replacement therapy to eye laser to microneedling to injectables, and just being also a general physician who just like understands health in general. I mean, she's a godsend. And if you are looking to take your health to the next level, especially if you are in perimenopause or menopause, she has just the thing for you. It's the Meno Reno. It's her signature program. And if you reach out to her, and if you want to go to the show notes, okay, stop fucking texting me and being like, can you introduce me to Dr. Sazia? Babe, what the fuck? I'm not your concierge, okay? This is why you're fucking stupid. Go and email her yourself and book a consultation. It's totally complimentary. She can do it in-house at her place in Windham, New Hampshire, or you can do it virtually, and she's going to give you the right plan of action. And anyone who talks about the Ambitchious Podcast and the Meno Reno is going to get 15% off her packages. Thank you, Dr. Sazia. I love you, and you are a godsend. Thank God for you. Can you imagine being 45 years old and just ugly and fat and just broke? Probably a lot of you are. Go talk to Dr. Sazia, and then maybe reach out to me to get a coaching session. Okay. Anywho. All right. So the next thing, and I kind of alluded to this before, is help people feel something that they have never felt before. And I'm going to give you an example. One of the best things that I do in my business is I can make someone so fucking pumped because I'm such a hype girl, and I don't do it from a fake place. I had a client recently who I fired, and she was like, I don't need a pat on the back. I don't need a hype girl. And I was like, actually, you fucking do, because you have so much childhood wounding from loss and trauma that you need a hype girl in your corner more than anything, because you are supposed to be allegedly a leader in your own business. So when you're a leader and you're the one that's hyping every motherfucker up, from your clients to your employees to the people in your, in your business in some capacity, you are the first person who needs their hype girl. And I think that people really want me to come in and help them scale their business, or they want my connections, which it's like, that is not a given. That is a privilege to have me introduce you to other people that can help you further your career. And I fired her as a client. And it was one of the best, most liberating things that I've done recently, because I know that I help people feel something that they've never felt before. I have a track record a mile long. And until you're making the money that Candice Marino or some of my other clientele is making, I'm talking millions of dollars, do not talk to me about you being good at what you do. Because if you were so fucking good at what you do, you wouldn't be in the place that you're at. You'd be making millions of dollars. You'd be traveling the world. You'd be living your fucking best life. You wouldn't be a sad, sad bitch. Okay. And if you're listening, or your friends who maybe know this person are listening, this is just the motherfucking truth. Okay. And maybe listening to this, or maybe me firing you as a client, will wake you the fuck up and say, Katie really loved me. Katie really supported me. Katie was doing things behind the scenes that nobody, not even your fucking mother, would do for you. Okay. Not even your best motherfucking friend would do for you. And the fact is, a lot of clients and a lot of people in business, they are not open to receive, and they're self-saboteurs. Okay. But if you're the type of coach, or you're the type of business owner or entrepreneur or whatever that can help someone feel something they've never felt before, I promise you that you're going to be so wealthy and so abundant and so rich and have the life of your fucking dreams, with whatever that means to you. But you don't think about this. And everything I do, I say, if I was my ideal client, which, by the way, you always, as an owner of a business, are your ideal client. So any of these dumb motherfucking shitty ass coaches out there that it's like, let's do ideal client avatar work. Go fuck your mother. Okay. That is the biggest fucking waste of time. You are a basic ass bitch coach. You are a fucking plebe and a peasant. Okay. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You listen to a Marie Forleo fucking video in, 2016, and you're still using the same old fucking bag of tricks. It just doesn't work. Listen to me right now. Whatever you do for business, you are your ideal client. So if you own a coffee shop, you probably really loved coffee, and you loved the coffee culture, and you loved coffee experience. So you are going to be your ideal client. If you're like me, who is an incredible coach and in the wellness and fitness and mindset and business industry, it's probably because there were people out there that you thought could help you back in the day, but there wasn't. It was like Tony Robbins and fucking Deepak Chopra and all these people that are kind of, at this point, in my opinion, and I know people are going to come for me for this, but I don't give a fuck. They're kind of obsolete. It's like they're still wearing the same old fuck me pumps. They're not evolving. They're still talking about the same shit that they've been talking about for the last 20 fucking 30 fucking years. It's not in alignment with where our age of Aquarius has evolved us into, and it's going to consistently and constantly evolve us into in the next 2,500 years. Okay. So I always say to myself, I deeply desire to be the person for my clients that I needed when I was at my fucked up, lowest, brokest, most abused, traumatized point, or when I needed that for my younger self. And if you ask any of my clients, that's literally how I show up for them every day. And the glow up that we're doing at KBMFC Wellness in Hudson, New Hampshire and Social Club is a brainchild of mine. I said, I want to, as a 45-year-old elder millennial, create something that's so fucking crazy, that is so like wild and out there, that most people aren't going to get it because they're dumb, really dumb, and they have like a low IQ, and they don't have a creative fucking twat hair on their puss. But the people who are my ideal clients are going to walk into KPMC Wellness and they're going to be like, oh, I get it. I get it. This is a elder millennial, Gen X. And even like, I know the Gen Z kids are going to fucking love this too. It is everything I always dreamt of as a child having, but couldn't afford. And now I have so much money that I can just waste it and blow it on shit that just makes me have dopamine and makes me walk into my studio every day and be like, wow, how fucking dope. I mean, I have a sauna room that is Troop Beverly Hills themed. Just the neon light that I had made that says Troop Beverly Hills, what a thrill, was over $2,000 to sit in a fucking sauna room. I had artists paint paintings of Phyllis Neffler and Chica and all of the Troop Beverly Hill girls, right? I got the exact Beverly Hills Hotel wallpaper that was created by Don Draper back in the 1940s, you know, in a fucking sauna room. Okay. When you walk into my wellness space where we're going to have raves and dance parties and guest speakers and fucking movie nights and all these different things. And I'll keep you in the loop as we keep doing our glow up. But when you walk into that space, it's like an assault on your eyes. It's like Lisa Frank had explosive fucking diarrhea and just shit all over the place. Because when I was a little kid, that's what made me feel so good. Like having your Lisa Frank trapper keeper, right? And being around unicorns and rainbows and fucking just fun shit. Because everything is so motherfucking serious now. And everything is so beige and bland and minimalist and boring. All of you motherfuckers have had the magic sucked out of you and you don't even fucking realize it. Don't you understand that the fucking people and the elites and the actual like businesses that run our world and control the narrative in our world, they don't want us to be happy. They don't want us to be artistic. They don't want us to be creative. They don't want us to think outside the box because we're not fucking controllable. When you just get so fucking cuckoo, and you get so you are the main fucking character. Nothing can stop you. So when I created KPMC Wellness, I created it for my fucking self first. And every person that's walked in so far, and it's not even close to being done, they just get this. They light up when they see it. And that is why I'm so successful, because I'm doing shit that no one else is doing. And I'm helping people feel things that they've never felt before. And if you can do that in whatever fucking business that you're in, you are always going to be rich. Okay. I have one more thing that I'm going to talk about, and then part 4 is going to be just an assault as well. But you have to spend money to make money. I cannot tell you, and I'm going to just say this. I'm going to fuck another person up here. I have a girl that I know, a young woman who's a very successful business owner. It's, allegedly, that's what she says. She says it both to me and she says it online. Sometimes I don't think that that's true, but I have given her so much time, complimentary time, right? Because I really believed in her and I really thought that she was different from a lot of these other people in this industry. I'm not going to tell you what industry it is because I don't want to give away too much. And I've given her hours and hours of my time. And I've done so much for her and never asked for anything in return. And the last time I talked to her, she's like, hey, I can't afford to do mentorship with you right now. And I'm like, well, I didn't ask you to. Okay. Neither here nor there. But she's like, I really want to do your app because I know your app is like a lower price point. You know, my app is $144 a month and you get, dude, you could just do my app and make millions of dollars because there's so much shit on there. Ask anyone that's on there. She goes, but I want to do your app. Will you send me the link? Even though she could just have gone to my website and do it. So I was like, yeah, I'll send you the link, whatever. Send her the link. She never signs up for the app. She was on my app for free for like a month. And then I said to her, hey, you haven't signed up for the app. It's going to automatically kick you out because my app is just set up to like automatically remove people that are like NPCs, non-playable characters on there. And she's like, oh yeah, I just like don't have the time for that right now. And I was like, why did you fucking ask me for the link? Why did you waste all these hours of my time? Why are you LARPing like you're going to fucking do something ambitious? But then I had to say to myself, oh, I gave you too much that you didn't deserve it. This is why you're never going to scale. This is why you are LARPing as a successful business owner. And then she told another client of mine that I was too expensive. But if you're telling me that you're making multiple six figures a year and that you want to do this very bespoke, very signature thing that I teach, which is take all of your offerings and have a virtual coaching app or have a virtual coaching course, right? And free up that time and that space and that energy so that you can actually have the life that you desire, which is not constantly trading your time for money. If I have the thing that you want and you're going around and telling everyone how rich you are and how successful you are, and then you have the audacity to tell one of my clients who loves me and adores me that I'm too expensive. And it's like, bitch, expensive to who? Because what I think is expensive, you may think is not expensive. And what I think is not expensive, you may think is expensive, right? It's all in the wallet of the beholder. It's all in the bank account of the beholder. So if you know that I can give you something that you want and you know is going to take your life to the next level, and you're LARPing as this very successful business owner and you can't afford $144 a month, babes, you're a fucking loser. Okay. And stop talking shit, because if you keep talking shit, I'm going to publicly acknowledge your shit talking. And I have the receipts. Okay. So you have to spend money to make money. So people always get so nervous about, oh God, I don't want to spend this money on a coach, or I don't want to buy this course, or I don't want to go back to this education, or I don't. You not spending the money is going to actually deplete your money, because it's not even about a three-dimensional reality. It's a higher dimensional frequency that we're talking about. When you're saying something's too expensive, when you're saying you can't afford something, when you're saying I can't spend that money right now, what you're telling the universe is, I'm a broke ass motherfucking hoe, make me broker. And every fucking person that's ever showed up like this, that I've coached or that I've done, free complimentary calls with, discovery calls with, every time I hear that languaging, after I get off the call with them, I just slowly watch them decline and decline and decline into the dark abyss that is the entrepreneurial life of people who do not belong being entrepreneurs. They belong to go work for someone and build that person's dream. Okay. So spending money to make money, which means maybe getting new software for client retention management in your business, or hiring a coach that's going to teach you to do the thing that you know is going to take your life to the next level, or hiring a consulting firm that's going to do this thing with you, or going to a retreat or a mindset weekend that's going to help rewire your brain. Or maybe it's even going to therapy because you're more fucked up than a soup sandwich and you don't realize that you being more fucked up than a soup sandwich is actually holding you back from greatness. Whatever it is, okay? Money is a currency. What does currency mean? It's an energetic vibrational frequency. So if you spend money like YOLO, and I'm not saying like buy junk fucking on Amazon all day and Shein and wherever you fucking low vibe sluts shop. I don't know. Okay. I'm talking about spending money that is an investment in your future. Okay. I promise you, if you don't do that, you are going to end up fucked to fucking Tuesday every week. I promise you guys. So think about when you're saying, I can't do this, the universe is like, oh, she says she can't do this. So I'm just going to send her more lack, more poverty energy, more not enoughness. And then slowly we're going to watch the decline of your entire life in business. And I'm excited about that because you're cluttering up a space with your fucking basic bullshit where people like me are just bowling you over because we have the discipline and the mindset and we understand how energy works. Okay. This is not floofy, fluffy bullshit, manifestation bullshit. I'm talking about if you see a fucking light go on in your house that lights a fucking room, that is energetic currency. It's a current of electricity. So you believe that we can light a home, but you don't think that we're made of energy and we are attracting and putting out energy just like every other energetic force in this universe? Are you really that fucking low IQ? Are you really that fucking stupid that you don't think that this is a thing? Just give up now. Get out of the fucking business. Don't be an entrepreneur. Go get a 9 to 5 or go be a skanky hoe and go fucking find a sugar daddy or whatever you skanks do in this day and age. Okay. But I'm going to be the original HBIC, just getting richer and smarter and hotter and funnier and happier, while all of you are relying on other people to clean up your shitty, poopy, piss-filled diaper. Okay? All right. On the next week's final episode of How to Win at Business Part 4, which is a motherfucking masterclass, and you should be so grateful for me giving you this information because I could charge a lot of fucking money for this. Okay? We're going to talk about having a virtual offering to your business. That's what I actually specialize in. I'm an expert at it. I've had a virtual component to my company for, I think now 17 years. So before it was a thing. And I've made millions and millions of dollars doing it, all while traveling the world, doing whatever the fuck I want to do, and living my core desired feelings. So we'll start with that. We'll talk about watching your fucking mouth. We're going to talk about fucking people up because it's very important in business. And then we're going to get into the biggest red flags that make business failures. So we're going to talk about the biggest red flags that make business fail and that makes it almost inevitable, especially for female entrepreneurs. And that's the final nail in the coffin of the 4-part series next week. And then our finale is going to be Tosh Bennett, owner of Skin and Body Lounge in Brisbane, Australia, who's actually currently here. I just looked at the time and I'm like, shit, I gotta chauffeur my little friend over to KBMSC Wellness and Social Club so she can work on people all damn day. And by the way, guys, if you're from Australia and you're in the Brisbane area and you can actually go to Tasha's Skin and Body Lounge, I've had hundreds of facials in my life and I literally cried during the facial because it was that fucking good. Like it was that fucking good. Okay. This bitch, and I can't wait for you to hear it. And I call her a bitch because she is the epitome of being ambitious. This bitch is such a fucking master at her craft. If every one of you horrible estheticians, especially in America, because they get a lot more schooling over in Australia, and you'll hear about that on the podcast. But a lot of you horrible estheticians who think that you're better than what you are, go get a fucking facial by Tosh and you are going to feel like the biggest piece of shit on the planet because it was literally that good. And you think you're doing the most and you're literally doing the least. In the meantime, don't forget to stay ambitious. Share this podcast with a broke ass hoe that you love and you know can do better. And in the meantime, don't forget to stay ambitious. And I'll see you next Tuesday.